Hello cookies, it's Siri. I am back. Because of the way the sun is coming in, the light is a bit crazy. So bear with me. I just want you to have this review as soon as possible because this game is releasing very, very soon. I have been looking for a fishing game on the Switch for many, many years, and unfortunately Dredge did not click with me. I could not understand the gameplay even after watching a lot of YouTube videos. When I start a chill relaxing game and the first hour is spent just trying to understand how to actually play it, that's a huge turn off. And then there's also Dave the Diver that is gorgeous underwater, but there are two main things that I did not like about it. First, I don't like how harpooning the fish looks so graphic. There's a blood splatter and a sound effect that really sounds like you're harpooning a fish, and for me that's way too much. And also, you spend a big chunk of the game up above water in the sushi bar, and I don't like how it looks like. So that is just very subjective. And there are multitudes of small, weird, cheap-looking neon fishing games on the eShop. So I've been patiently waiting for a good fishing game to show up. So when I was approached for a review code for Moonglow Bay, I was delighted. First of all, let's start with the story. And then this drops. On their website, Moonglow Bay is described as being set along the eastern Canadian coastline during the 1980s, and it offers players a diverse and emotionally charged story complemented by a relaxing slice of life fishing RPG. You play as a rookie angler struggling to fulfill your partner's final wish by keeping a business afloat in the face of impending bankruptcy. The story and world building are top-notch. I love everything about the writing of this game. Mature themes are addressed, like grief, a village losing its spark, moving on, etc. It's a cozy fishing game for adults, and I'm all for it. It's difficult to reach a good balance between fun and light-hearted, and yet serious enough to feel mature and relatable as someone who is 31. They have achieved that with Moonglow Bay. I like that tasks are linked to cleaning nature and helping animals and people, while also showing that doing things for the environment and the village helps with grief too. Now let's talk about the graphics. The graphics are good. I'm not a fan of Minecraft's visuals, so I was a bit skeptical at first glance, seeing the squarish style, but when playing, it looks more like 3D pixel art, which I am fine with. The color palette is visually pleasing. As I mentioned in almost every review, I dislike desaturated games or overly bright neon games. The color scheme in this game is right up my alley. The edges look blurry when playing handheld, but they are very crisp when docked. I played both handheld and docked because I have been playing mainly while cat sitting for the first time ever. There are bugs and glitches, but nothing game breaking that require restarting the game. One frustrating thing is when I try to catch sand bugs to make bait with them and the net does not return. It's just stuck where it was thrown and does not move. I hope it can be fixed with an upcoming patch. The biggest patch I would like is for the map to always work. Sometimes it shows everything in detail and sometimes things are just grayed out. For a map, that's less than optimal. So if the devs are watching this, I would love a map patch where you see everything and can zoom in and out seamlessly without losing details. Sometimes the layers hide my character or the boat, and I have to rotate in many directions to find myself or move the boat in order to get a clear view. The raccoons that go through the trash, or the deer and vultures and seals around, are some of the details that show that thought has been put into recreating a Canadian coastline. French Canadian is also available among the languages, which is a nice touch. I like that the character looks like an older version of me, and I don't mind having a grown daughter either. She seems competent, kind, and a mature adult, and as a child-free woman, I was surprised to be okay with the idea and even find it fun. I generally don't like games where I have to be a parent, maybe because it's an independent adult and I can talk to her like an equal and a friend. It works. Moonglow Bay has a slow start. At first, I was not impressed. Then, as I made some progress, I realized that it was a rough diamond. Lab grown, we do not do modern slavery or blood diamond on this channel, but still a rough diamond nonetheless. The base is amazing, it only needs some polishing. It is a bit rough around the edges, but once smoothed and refined, it has the potential of becoming one of the best fishing games on the Switch, especially for those of you like me who did not click with Dredge and Dave the Diver. Let's talk about the sound design. The audio and sound effects work well for the game. Nothing is too loud or obnoxious. The soundtrack creates a calm, immersive feel. I especially like how you sometimes can hear single guitar strings or some type of soft gong or bell. And of course we can't do a review without talking about the gameplay. But before I talk about the gameplay, I just want to remind those of you who are new to this channel that I never review a game unless I have finished the game or at least finished 3/4 of the game so that I can provide a review that is as complete as possible. Okay, now onto the gameplay. At first the game was frustrating. The fishing felt difficult and so did using the net. With time and practice, it was no big deal anymore. The cooking was also frustrating in the beginning. I followed the tutorial but forgot how to do the frying and failed at it a couple of times. After the tutorial, I had to fumble around to get used to it. Once I got used to the cooking, it became fun. I love how you can put a pin on the map and it appears on the left lower side of the screen so you can follow it to go where you want. It's also a nice feature that you can decide to follow or unfollow any quest, and the location appears both on the extended map and on the mini one. It makes life so much easier. I like grinding for money in games, and this one allows that by fishing and selling the dishes that I cook. It's also nice that there's no repercussion if I don't go to sleep and stay awake for multiple days in a row. You can also make money by fulfilling quests given by the villagers, and they are sometimes really generous with how many shells they give you. Upgrading items is also a nice RPG feature that is enjoyable as always. It's super satisfying to finally reach final upgrades in games, including in this one. Also, cookies, you will be pleased to know that there is a local co-op feature in this game. My daughter is the other character when playing co-op. The local co-op works well. Both can cook, fish, talk to the NPCs, buy items, navigate the boat, pet the dog, and so on. You can even throw nets and fish at the same time or swap whoever is cooking. No one needs to be bored and get dragged by the main player. Surprisingly, there are boss battles in the game. I did not expect that. However, they aren't difficult. I got a bit frustrated with the first boss battle because the controls did not feel intuitive. I had to zoom out a lot before finding said boss and my boat got wrecked twice. When I figured out what to do, having a culmination at the end of each chapter was satisfying. And finally, you can pet the dog. That is the gaming equivalent of finding the perfect dress and discovering that it even has pockets. I like this game. My schedule has been really hectic, from having personal issues and then suddenly having health issues, then having exams after exams with school. And also I promised a friend that I would cat sit for her while she's back in the US, and it's my first time cat sitting and I don't want the cat to be alone, so I'm staying at her place for hours on end every day. By the way, tomorrow I have to submit a group project as well, so after filming this I still have to work for many hours for school stuff. And so this game has been really perfect to chill. As I mentioned, it is a diamond in the rough, and I really hope that the devs will put out patches. Once the patches are out, this game really has, as I mentioned, the potential to become a great fishing cozy RPG game. And that's it for today's video. I hope you cookies found it useful. If you did, do consider leaving me a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't want to miss the upcoming videos. Is there any game out there that you're looking forward to playing? I have my eyes on a few, but also there is an upcoming video about foggy games that I spent a lot of time filming and writing and researching for. So stay tuned for that because there will be a lot of really nice games of different genres and probably a lot that you have not heard of or that you did not know were good. Yes, I will hook you up with the best games on this channel and I will see you cookies very, very soon. Bye!